Really happy with the day. We practiced very well. We had an extended Monday, did some more things with it, but like the whole attitude, tempo, execution was really good day for being off a couple days. Very proud of that. Timing, rhythm was really good. So they worked hard in the off days they were off on their own a little bit, and so very proud. Just got 5 more to go here and take care of the business. Questions?
As far as just everybody getting to where they need to be, anything new on the injury front? Is everybody kind of settled? And
no, everybody should be settled. I mean, everybody's should be relatively healthy.
And Derwin is for sure not playing.
No.
So right now, is it kind of just almost like a spring practice? Or are you working on?
No, we're game planning now. We did those last 3 Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We did those 3 practices there. We got a lot of good fun. Had really good practice that day. I was proud of it. Guys learned how to practice. I mean, these are all game plan deals.
Jimbo, you said a few times cornerbacks, or I guess defensive backs have to have short memories, but assuming a lot of these guys that you recruit don't get beat a lot when they're in high school, is that something you could?
They have to learn to deal with. They have to learn to deal with that. I mean, that's part. I mean, the other guys, when you start in these higher levels, occasionally you're going to get beat. You're going to give up plays, and you got to have a short memory, but you also got to understand what you did wrong and not let it. Sometimes it eats at them when they're young like that. You know what I mean? You got to brush it off in a way which you learn from, not forget, and then go back and play the same way.
Both the quarterbacks in this game haven't thrown a ton of interceptions this year. Is there anything you would change defensively to try to force a quarterback?
Well, quarterback, what you change, good quarterbacks know where you're not. They read coverages. I mean, you have good systems. Guys understand what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what you change, you give different wrinkles. I mean, you game plan everybody. I mean, you're going to do that. But good quarterbacks, there's a system, and it's not just, even though your changes, there's usually rules for those changes too. So again, it gets back to, usually when you have interceptions, it's guys that are covered very tightly making good plays, or a lot of pressure, making guys the ball come out early, hitting guys where it's been thrown. Those types of things that usually cause most of the time.
You guys have had extra practice. How much does it help the players?
Well, it helps them a lot. It's another spring practice. 15 more times to get out here and play, and the more reps you get, the better you get. I mean, it's a great learning tool for them.
Jimbo, you guys have been one of the top schools in the nation with sacks, and I saw last night some of the players were kind of just poking fun at some quotes that Brad Lawing says, like, to them in meetings and stuff like that. How much of an impact can you say that he's had?
He's had a great impact. Brad's an outstanding defense and one of the best in the business. I mean, he always has been, and not just because of here, but you look at his history over time and the guys he's coached and the results in which they've got. That's why we hired him. We think he's an outstanding coach, and they believe in him, and they know that if they listen to him, good things are going to happen to him.
I know DeMarcus has had this drive to succeed this season. How have you seen him kind of pass on things to Brian Burns and Josh Sweat?
Well, I mean, by example, by how he works and how he practices with his attitude no matter what, but then also in the film room and off the film and in the individual meetings and all the things he does, just teaching those guys. You know what I'm saying? He is excellent at all that.
How's Josh doing? I'm sorry, how's Josh doing?
Josh
Sweat?
Oh, doing fine. He's doing good, yes.
Malik Henry's dad confirmed that he's going to be transferring out of the program. As far as Malik in that situation, what does it do for you guys going into next year, knowing that you're losing Sean, you're going to have at least 2 new guys come in, and you're going to have Rizzo?
Well, we've expected this for a while. We in our recruiting, and we planned for it, and we wanted to keep Malik here. He's an outstanding young man. And I wish him nothing but the best. He's a great young man. But we have our plan, and we've had plans scheduled for a while.
And as far as like when you were saying earlier about spring practice and all this and that, I mean, how much does it help guys like Rizzo and JJ kind of refresh with things and kind of prepare for what's going to be a big role for them?
Oh, it does. I mean, it does. I mean, they're going to have to step up, and that's opportunity. When things happen to other guys, it's opportunities for other guys, and that's why they're here on scholarship.
Jimbo, DeAndre Johnson signed with Florida Atlantic.
Very happy for him.
Yeah, just how happy are you for him that he's getting a second chance?
Oh, I am, because I mean, he made a mistake and he paid, and he knew it and he paid for it. But life is, you get second chances in life, and I'm very happy for him, and he had an outstanding year, went and did the things he had to do, and I think he'll have a great career for them.
What are some of the things that impress you about him, their defensive front?
Well, one, their size, their length, then their leverage. They play with great pad leverage, great hands. They play violent. They play hard. I mean, they're extremely well coached. Their front is really good, and they have depth. And they can play the run and the pass, which is some guys play one better than the other. They play them both equally well.
Is that one of those games that you have to kind of open up the passing game to open up the run?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you got to open up everything. you're gonna have to be very multiple, because I mean, you can't be one-dimensional against those guys. That's for sure.
Jimbo, is there any interest? I guess I know, depending on the bowl game, seeing how it turns out, would there be any interest probably from you on playing Michigan in future seasons, if there's a possibility for that?
I mean, you schedule and make schedules ahead of time based on things. We got our schedules pretty well laid out for a while.
What's the latest with Wilson Bell in his situation?
No, he'd been internally. It was just a mistake in which he made, which is, listen, we don't look at it as anything minor, but at the same time, it was nothing that he did intensely or really well intent. Wilson's one of the best guys we've had on this team. He's one of the most responsible young men, and he made a mistake on communication there. We address it internally and then move on.
But will he be expected to play?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he'll play.
Yes.
Jimbo, I know the school issued something earlier today, but with WikiLeaks and everything, have you seen anything as crazy as that in all your years of coaching?
Yes. How do you say that? Yes, I have seen it.
What are some of the things that Jabril Peppers impressed you with?
Jabril is a complete player. I mean the multiplicity of things he does, whether he's a nickel like a linebacker, he can play safety, he can cover like a corner if he wants to. He's physical, he tackles in space, ball skills are really good. He's a tremendous returner in space, and when they put him back there, he's a natural runner with the ball. I mean, he is a complete football player, really is.
Jimbo, with USF getting Charlie and FAU getting Lane Kiffin, what do you think about the state of Florida as far as FBS schools and all the head coaching?
Oh, yeah, they're excellent coaches. I mean, those guys are all good coaches, and you know, you want to be in a state. These are all good schools. They have a chance to win. You got a state full of a lot of players. So, I mean, they'll do well.
Jimbo, just with DeMarcus and Dalvin racking up the consensus All-American and Dalvin being a unanimous All-American, just what does it say about just their work ethic and everything that they've done?
Well, I mean, just one, you got guys who have talent to have to do it first, but you have guys who don't rely on their talent. Neither one of those guys, talent is the last thing they rely on. It's their work ethic, their demeanor, their attitude, their ability to learn, their ability to affect the other players around them. And they work as if they have no ability. That's the thing about both those guys that makes it very special. And then when you have that kind of work ethic with ability like they have, then you have a tremendous, you have the All-Americans in what you want. And I mean, they're just outstanding young men and very proud of their Florida State. It represents very well.
You good?